Welcome to the reading. If this reading found you, there could be a message here for you. If not for you, it could be for someone you know. Either way, you found the exit. Before I start with the cards, a few numbers. The first one is 555. We got it 40 times. And I get from it, it's a message to embrace change and growth because they are happening whether you like it or not. And if you try to avoid the change or delay the growth, I get your environment will transform, forcing your change and growth, and the evolution will be more intense that way. Okay. Okay, so we also got 79, got 979 3 times. And it encourages you to reflect on how far you've already come and how far you've already progressed towards your goals, and consider how open you are to transformation. It also suggests resolving any fears or misunderstandings holding you back. Okay. All right, so we also got 88, got 888 3 times. And it's a reminder that you are on the right path. And there is a great reward at the end of this long road that you've been trudging. And okay, so it kind of makes me think of someone who, say, has a massive growth spurt in high school. That initially they resent because they feel awkward and uncomfortable and they don't fit in with their peers anymore, but it ends up leading to a professional career in sports later on in life. Okay. All right, so we also got 717 43 times. And it's said to represent spiritual awakening, personal growth, and embracing change. And also to have faith in the journey, and you're on the right path. Okay? So the first song, I was super surprised to be hearing it because I hadn't heard it in ages. But it was, I woke up hearing Everything is Everything by Lauryn Hill, of course, on repeat. And the part I heard, I'm sure it's out of order, but it goes, after winter must come spring, change it comes eventually, everything is everything. What is meant to be will be. Okay. Then when I was meditating on the numbers, the song, The Times They Are A-Changing by Bob Dylan started running through my head. Specifically, the beginning. And what's funny is I ended up picturing the Watchmen, the movie, because it plays in a scene. Okay, so anyway, the part that I heard goes, come gather around people wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, and you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a-changing. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say. All right. First we have the Tower reversed. Okay. We have the Six of Cups reversed. We have Sunrise. All right. We have chaga, defense, balance. We have co-creation. Okay. We have eclipse, dance with your shadows, discover hidden aspects of yourself in the darkness. We have perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. We have steady progress. We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. We have sea otter with happiness. Be the master of playful living, release expectations, and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. So, okay, and your good destiny of love is sure. That's interesting because there's waves in this tower card. And we have frog with prosperity. Let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you. All right. Okay, let's start with this interesting tower card here. So I hate to say it, okay, but with this tower being reversed, along with the other cards and the songs, and the numbers, it's telling me there may be some reluctance to embrace change or accept how much you are growing. Okay, 555. Okay. It's reminding me of someone who won't get rid of their old bell bottoms from high school, even though they've absolutely outgrown them. Yeah, they're never going to wear them again. Unless it's Halloween, I guess. But that's if they can fit into them. And there's a need, okay, so like there's a need to use the fire from this destructive volcano to create and build something new. Just like when a volcano erupts, the lava creates like new land, right? New mountains, new islands. This is a new deck that I got, and it's all bunny rabbits, and it's got these two bunnies on fire. So I'm getting from that, there's a need to transmute the pain of old beliefs that are crumbling into your spiritual evolution. Okay. Ride the waves of change. The waves, right. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll go here. Okay, so this is a clear sign of a new beginning. I'm hearing it's always darkest just before the dawn. And sunrise actually represents the promise of a brighter future and profound spiritual awakening. Okay, so 88, 88, and 717. You're on the right path, and there is a great reward, right? And have faith in the journey. Okay, so it's also seen as a metaphor for overcoming darkness. And I'm hearing exposing your shadow. Okay. And here I'm hearing the song again. After winter must come spring. So after the dark, short days of winter, we have renewal, right? After the crumbling of the old tower, we rebuild. Okay. Okay, so okay, I'll tell it. So when I was fighting my shadow, I was avoiding my shadow. I was miserable. I was in a lot of pain, and I was still gripped by addiction. Okay, and I cried out to God, what do I do? And I was in tears. I was crying. I might get emotional here. I screamed out, what do I do? And because I was tired of feeling the pain. And so my cat, Sham, was in the kitchen, and he was meowing, and he's not usually that vocal. It was just constant meow, 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 meow. And I got up and I said, what? And I walked over and I looked at him, and he was standing with his nose practically on the wall, facing the wall, like he was in a timeout. And okay, so the sun was shining in my window behind us. And I said, what? And I walked up closer until a shadow from me appeared on the door, and he looked over at it, and then he looked at me, and he was quiet. Okay. Basically telling me I needed to look at my shadow. So I, rather than reminiscing and, trying to hold on to the past and continue feeding my addictions, I ended up looking at my shadow, leaning into the pain, feeling it all the way through, and I quit. I quit using everything. Just quit smoking pot, quit smoking cigarettes, quit vaping, you name it, I quit it. So, in any case, that's a little bit about me. But anyways, so moving right along. I just thought that shadow story was important here. So with Changa, it's the king of mushrooms because of all of the medicinal good it does. Okay, it's anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antiviral, even has anti-cancer, anti-tumor properties. Okay, it's also high in melanin, which aids in melatonin production. Besides helping you sleep, another property of melatonin is to decalcify your pineal gland, which is where your third eye is. And this makes Changa a spiritually aligning mushroom. Okay, so there's more of the spiritual awakening that we heard so much about in the numbers. So what I'm getting from all of this is disease, dis-ease, and disorder present when we are out of balance. Okay, so I'm picturing someone on a balance beam, and if they were to lean too far from their shadow, they'll fall, right? Okay, so, or if they were to lean too much toward the past, they would lose balance. So there is a need to let go of the past, move forward. Quit driving by rear view, right? Look out the windshield in front of you and embrace your growth. 7979. Really embrace how far you've come, how far you've grown, and get rid of the metaphorical pants. Make room in your closet for new pants. You may be overly nostalgic or romanticizing situations of which you have outgrown, right? It's time to delete the pictures, the text conversations, unfriend, unfollow them on social media. And like I was saying, look forward to your future, your prosperity and happiness that await you in this new beginning. Okay. 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 So it's time to take action on any inspired guidance toward your future, your new pants, if you will. And these butterflies are making me think of transformation. So embrace your newly formed wings rather than moping around missing your caterpillar days and your caterpillar buddies. All right. And if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, right? Everyone would do it if it was easy. So it's going to take some perseverance on your part. And you don't have to do it all tomorrow, right? It's about taking baby steps. Like when I was quitting everything, I didn't quit everything all at once. That was not happening. Okay. I would quit one thing and then I would taper down on something else, and then I would find other things to fill those holes, right? I started reading tarot. And that's another thing with this Changa. My disease or disorder, by leaning into it and addressing it and shining light on it, I'm able to share messages of hope and recovery with the world, right? And while I was under the influence, I wasn't motivated to read cards or connect with God. I was too busy getting the munchies and watching TV, right? So take inspired action toward your future prosperity and happiness rather than reminiscing in the nostalgia of your old pants. And use the space that you open up with letting these things go. Use that space to create, and that energy to create new abundance, right? At little bits at a time, right? Not every day is going to be a gorgeous sunrise, right? Some days are going to be nasty, rainy, cloudy, dark, gloomy, and you got to persevere through those too. But they shall pass, all right? There's always, and another thing I'm hearing is even when you can't see the sun, it's still there. It still rises each day, right? Okay. And I mean, these are pretty self-explanatory with the numbers. There is a pot of gold at the end of this road, at the end of this rainbow. And co-create this happiness. Don't just wait for happy things to happen. you have to clear the space out of your closet in order to put new pants in there, right? Because there's only so much space, right? You only have so much space or energy in you that you can either focus it on dwelling on the past and what you've lost and the pain, or you can focus it into creating a more prosperous, happy future. Okay. Yeah, let go, embrace the change, have fun, and yeah, lean into it. The only way around it is through it. And I think that's it, guys. I think I've pretty much covered it. I do hope that the messages find who they're meant for and you're able to glean something helpful or encouraging or some kind of confirmation from them. And with all that being said, if you like the way I read, I truly appreciate all the comments, the shares, the subscribes, love the likes, and I guess I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.